UCPN special only on Undercover Tapes. Hey everybody, welcome to a new UCPN special. I am Al Mega. This is a very special UCPN show today because today I'm actually joined by the one and only Krest Winchester of Scarecon.
Well, thanks very much, man. And I'm only just one small piece. The big guy who runs the show is JV Johnson. He's the one who owns Scarecon. He's the promoter of it, and I'm here helping him out, doing part of the podcast, doing everything I can to make sure that this Scarecon show is going to be the greatest horror and pulp culture sci-fi con that you'll ever go to.
Well, if folks, as you listen to this podcast, navigate, open another tab elsewhere if you're on your PC, and check out what Scarecon has scheduled for you in this upcoming show. It's going to be fantastic for the real horror enthusiasts. I know I have my brothers out there in New York a little jealous that they can't make it, with this wonderful lineup that you have. But before we get into all of that,
sure,
Chris. I want to know about you a little bit, all right? And Scarecon and horror and all this.
Yeah.
Have you been a lifelong horror fan?
I really have been, actually. I've loved everything kind of dark and weird and creepy and a little twisted. It's just something I really, really enjoyed. And mainly photography that way and special effects makeup.
Oh, excellent. So let's maybe around my generation of film, because I definitely enjoyed the special effects makeup before the CG took over.
Yeah, I mean, I love CGI now. I really do. It gives you some
nice
realism, but there's something nice and authentic about real makeup.
Absolutely. So with that, then the question is, what was that first movie or show that made you say, I love horror?
Now, it wasn't the first one I saw, but it was the one that really solidified my love for horror, and that was Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
The New Nightmare.
The New Nightmare. That was the first one I ever saw of the whole entire series, and that's what got me hooked. What I liked about that movie, it was a beautiful blend of psychological horror and then just kind of slasher and blood and guts horror. It was creepy. It was weird. It was strange. And how the movie is that they're writing the movie as they're showing the movie. It's a really, really
nice
cool
take
twist
on it.
Yeah. And I love that they recreated some of the old stuff from the older movies, and I loved it. And since then, that was the one that I'd be like, listen, I'm a horror fan for life.
Gotcha. So who's your slasher of choice?
Oh, absolutely, always Freddy.
Always Freddy. That's
always
it.
Freddy.
That's
I get in fights with some buddies of mine here who are Team Jason, and I'm telling you, I think Freddy's got him beat all the way.
So I guess you weren't a big fan of the movie and that outcome.
Well, the movie, I enjoyed that movie, actually. It was nice. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a nice little recap on each character's story, too. So I thought it was fine. I thought it was great.
So hopefully we got a sequel. Throw some Mike Myers, some Chucky in there into the mix. Tag team.
We're all waiting for the horror battle royale.
Aren't we? Come on, before everybody gets too old, before they got to use crutches while they do it. Come on, man.
Elimination match.
All right, so Freddy's your man of choice. New Nightmare was your film of choice. Did you get into any reading or stories after that? That where you continue to develop your love of horror?
I didn't really get too much into books or stories of it, not deep, and that's just because I just for some reason didn't find some time or didn't find exactly what I wanted, and I kind of feel bad because the horror stories that I have read are really great. I've read a handful of books from some of the artists and the authors that we have come to Scarecon, as well as some other places too. And what's great about reading horror is it goes beyond the movie screen and the actors and the makeup. It's all in your head. You're just kind of seeing what the author is putting down, and you're creating it. So it adds a deeper level of realism to it.
Agreed. Check you out,
Yeah.
man. I love this. You're a real horror fan. I have so many people that would love to talk to you and get deep into some real good, movie conversations. And maybe even invite you to one of our live streams to one of our cheesy horror movies that are on public domain. If you want to come on down and chat and riff on it, you're
I
definitely
sure
more than
would. I
invited for
sure
that.
would. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's move. So you're a big horror fan, and now, how long has ScareCon been around?
ScareCon has been around for, this is the 9th year. And I partnered up with ScareCon about 5 years ago.
Okay, so 4 years
Uh,
into its inception, you got involved.
right. And JV, who has been running ScareCon and building it ever since, and it's going fantastic. And how I came about was I was doing I worked for a company called Spray Blood. It was basically they made fake blood. And
Cool.
I did some various parties where I would do special effects makeup on people, and we would promote the blood and sell it or give it away or whatever it was. It was great promotional events. And then somebody said, "Hey, listen, there's this thing called ScareCon. It's a horror con that you should probably do this with the spray blood there."
Oh, awesome.
So
All
I
right.
went and I talked with JV, and I got a little spot outside, and I had a photo booth and like a little backdrop set up and some zombie monsters, some booth babes as I call them.
Cool.
Just a handful of promotional models. They were all dressed, covered in blood or had whatever it was, and then we just started taking photos for everybody. And that first ScareCon of mine was when I knew that I was going to be with ScareCon forever, because it's not just a con where you go there, you buy your ticket, you get your autograph, you pay a lot of money and get the heck out. It's not like that. There's family members that are kind of built together, because all of us who love horror, we really have that special kind of love, and everybody's connected in that certain kind of way. So it makes like a really good family show, like as in, building your family together. As well as bringing your kids too, because always kids 10 and under are always free for ScareCon.
So that's
But
awesome. You see that, folks? Family friendly, easy on the pocket.
that's right. But so there, I came back again as a vendor, and I said, listen, I want to help out any way I can. And every year, I've just kind of helped out more and more and more and more, to just kind of put myself in that ScareCon niche. And I'm really happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to help out JV and make sure that this show becomes the greatest show. And I love it. So many other people love it, and we just want to bring some more people in to see what it's all about.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
yeah,
I understand you have a hell of a bunch of vendors here selling all
yeah.
type of horror paraphernalia, correct?
Hmm.
And then you're gonna have a boatload of celebrities. I mean, folks. I mean, I'm pretty sure you being the Freddy fan, the Scream Queens of Nightmare are gonna be there.
Yeah, Heather
Okay.
Langenkamp played
Oh,
Nancy. She was the one.
the OG, son.
The OG, the original, yeah. And everybody who's listening here, just you can check out everything that I'm talking about and what we're about to talk about at ScareCon, and it's going to happen at the Sheridan Hotel Conference Center in Framingham, Massachusetts, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. So I'm sure all the details are there at scarecon.com, but make sure you check it out and see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
And as far as those
it's
guests,
scary.
Heather is the number one I'm really excited to meet. I've never met her yet, and I'm
Awesome.
really looking forward to it.
Well, I also see you have the one and only Billy Zane. Oh man, I'm like, no way. You got the our empress, I guess, of horror right now,
Yep.
Elvira herself,
Hmm.
Cassandra Peterson. Jeez. Yeah, also, you. Oh man, see, my brother had to put me onto this movie, The Terrifier, and that
Terrifier.
movie creeped out the hell out of my wife. And, because she hates clowns, but let me tell you, man, I would not like to see him in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah, Terrifier really creeped me out too.
Right?
And what I love about that movie, it's like a new take. It freshens up the clown slasher horror, because that can get old and that can get too cheesy. And I think David Howard Thornton put it together, and he brought that character to life so well. And then with Damien Leone writing it and directing it, you guys can actually talk to him, because he'll be there as well to go on about how he made Art the Clown and how the movie came, and maybe even a Terrifier sequel. Who knows?
Oh,
But
I hope you get that, because this movie is great. It's one of those recent horror movies. I mean, it's like you said, a lot of things getting overdone and just cheesy. There's definitely, raise the notch up a bit. Finally raise the bar, if you will.
yeah, definitely.
Here. It was fantastic. So again, with the Scream Queens of Nightmare, Lisa Wilcox, Amanda Weiss, I hope I'm pronouncing
Amanda
this
Wiss,
right.
yeah.
What's it? You got Kate Lodge from Leatherface and She Wolf of London. Oh my dude. This lineup is
Yeah.
insane.
And the Phantasm 40th year and reunion. 40th
Oh
year
my
anniversary.
God. You have
Yeah.
everyone except the may he rest in peace, the tall man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And this dude still looks the same. He just has a goatee now. Oh man, he ain't changed. Yo, what's the secret? What's the secret? This is fantastic. 40 years of Phantasm. Were you a fan of that franchise?
I watched it a few times and I was really kind of creeped out. It was older horror and it was really freaky. And I like back then, you're talking about stories, written stories, like back before you can wow people with blood and guts and great makeup, you had to tell a really good creepy horror story for it to get recognition. And I think Phantasm definitely did that. Of course, there was definitely your special effects there, but that it was such a creepy movie.
Yeah, especially for its time, a little advanced with Mr. Terrific's balls in the air there. I know that's what inspired the balls. Come on.
Yeah.
Stole another idea from a horror. So this lineup is insane. And with that, my question is here: did you, with the gentleman that runs the show, you guys put this together yourselves? And I can't imagine the logistical nightmare it may be to get all this together. Is it really that hard to put this together?
There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's so much, I mean, so many things that fans and people don't ever see, and things they'll never see of talking to different celebrities and trying to work certain things out logistic wise, or how much it costs to make this happen or that happen. There's so much that goes into it, and finding all the right people and putting all the right people in place. And JV and myself, we do a lot to make sure that the fans come and get a great show, and you don't have to worry about all the stresses and the hurdles that we had to climb over. Just coming there and giving you a great show and seeing what it's all about.
That's why I want to point that out, because it takes a lot of work to put on an amazing show like this. And this is why we need folks to go out there and show your love in June. I mean, and you also have even special VIP packages and whatnot for the fans, correct?
Yeah, so the VIP package is fantastic. What most people really like about our ScareCon is the parties. They're awesome. They get everybody together. This year, our Saturday party is basically good for anyone who has a ScareCon ticket, whether it's a whole weekend ticket, a VIP ticket, a single day ticket.
Wow.
You're welcome to come on to that party. It's going to be our karaoke party where we're going to have people out there singing karaoke, and it's our Carnival of Horrors, which is our party with our hat tip to Terrifier and Art the Clown.
Nice.
So everything is going to be black and white, and it's going to be creepy. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be food. There's going to be games. It's going to be a great time. And the VIP pass, that's a special VIP party on Friday night, and that's with all of the celebrities. It's open bar. We pay the tab. You sit there and you drink with the celebrities, and this is something I've told people time and time again. It's great here because you can talk to these people as people. They're not sitting at their booth signing autographs, doing whatever it is. They're just people
not
drinking, having a good time, and loving it. Yeah, exactly.
Hurry up now.
Right. So that's one of the best parts about the VIP party, and almost all the celebrities who can come do come for that VIP party. So, and I know I'm running out of VIP tickets. Too, right? Sorry.
It seems like a swag bag is one of those VIP tickets.
Yeah, definitely. We got all sorts of stuff for you.
Oh my gosh. This is fantastic. You guys are putting on one hell of a show. I mean, and again, with that, your schedule of events for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, fans, you guys do not understand. You will not be bored.
so many things happening, and it's the good part about it is you can do a little bit of this here, do a little bit of that there, catch some of your movie, go into the panels, meet some people, buy some stuff at vendors. I mean, we got everything for you. We really do.
And not just panels. You're actually doing something new this year.
Sure are.
It's the first ever of, if you will, the ScareCon Podcast Awards.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Yeah. So first off, I'd like to say that podcasters are the lifeblood. They're the stitching that holds this horror community together, because you guys are out there every week, every month, or however it is, and really doing your show and connecting to your listeners, connecting to other people like us who love horror, love talking about it. So what's nice is we want to recognize that. I mean, there's so many different podcasters who talk about so many different things, whether it's reviewing movies or talking about what's up next or just talking about the old stuff. It's great. So we want to say thanks. We want to say, hey guys, thanks for keeping it going. Thanks for keeping this whole genre alive. Thanks for connecting people. And you should be awarded for that. So we're doing an Academy Awards style, category style award ceremony for all the podcasters.
Oh man, that is amazing. First, on behalf of all podcasters, thank you. That is actually amazing, very cool. So I'm pretty sure many a podcaster does appreciate that. And when is this? Is this something that's going to happen throughout the weekend, or is there a specific date for it?
Yeah. So the ceremony itself is going to take place on Sunday. And on Sunday, I'll be the host for that day, kind of talking about everything that's going on, introducing myself, introducing the judges, the panel of judges that we had. Because each category is going to have our 2 staple judges and a 3rd guest judge.
A guest judge? Is it a surprise?
Well, the guest judges, I mean, we have them here, and we'll go over them there. Okay. We have the, we have a lot of great guest judges for you, so you can kind of see what's going on. And they're going to essentially nominate the winner for each one and crown the winner for each category. We've had a nice little scoring system to find out who's going to win and how they're going to win and what's going to make it. But let me tell you, this is tough trying to pick a winner.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of great shows out there, not just from my network, but from so many individuals that are so talented and put their heart and soul into their product, man.
Oh, they really, really do. And that's what's so tough when I listen to some people, and the more you listen to a podcast, they, you know that person.
There's a lot of personal stuff you start knowing. Absolutely. And it's great. They basically become your friend.
Yeah, they definitely do.
You meet them in person and you want to hug them, like, oh, what's up, man? Long time no see.
Well, hopefully all that will happen at the Podcaster Awards. It's going to take place on Sunday, June 9th at the Sheraton Hotel and Conference Center at Framingham, Massachusetts at SCARACon. So that's where you want to go and check it out. I got we have awards, we have some trophies, and we're going to have some prizes as well. And it's the first ever. So anybody who's competing, anybody who's nominated, this is the one to do. And if you're not nominated and if you're not in there yet, we're going to do this every single year. So Work on your podcast, find your best episode, send it in to us. You'll know when it comes out, but every single year we're going to have it. But
I know we were blessed with that. Thanks, because I have an amazing team. So thank you for that. My team is more than overwhelmed.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I definitely see you in here. So, and it's tough, man. Listen to all these podcasts. It's been tough for us, but we're happy to do it, and I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody brings.
I can't wait. So that's this. And this year is just this one in June, or do you have any others planned?
So we're going to do it every single year. Now we run SCARACon. We have 2 SCARACons a year. Awesome. I have one SCARACon in New York and one SCARACon in Massachusetts. One in the summertime and one around the fall time in October. So there's 2 of those. Oh. And we're going to do the Podcaster Awards at our Framingham show every year.
Nice.
And as far as there might be some specials that we have for our New York SCARACon. You just have to stay tuned and find out exactly what those are and what things we're doing there. But right now, we're just focusing on getting the first ever Podcaster Awards out.
And in regards to the award, have you guys decided on a model of how it's going to look?
Yep, I definitely have. I actually have the prototype made up already.
Awesome.
Yep, and that's it's our first ever SCARACon Podcaster Awards trophy. Just wait until all my judges do all the final tallying here, and then we're gonna order them up for each person's name.
Awesome! I can't wait to see how it even looks. It's gonna probably look so cool. All right, and then again with the schedule of events, you guys also even screening movies here?
Sure are. Yeah. So the Sheraton in Framingham, how it works is there's 2 floors. And the top floor is where we're going to have a big majority of our vendors and celebrities, and just kind of walk around just like it is at most cons that you've been to. And the downstairs is a whole bunch of different rooms, as well as some more vendors, more cosplayers, more people at the con as well. But each room is different things are going to be happening, from panels to movie screenings, to our awards, to everything else. So we definitely have a lot of space and a lot of options and a lot of places to go.
Do you guys actually do cosplay awards? Because that's kind of big on the Comic-Con scene. And since you mentioned cosplay, I cannot imagine the ill cosplay that must be in a horror show.
Well, this is something that I've been, I want to focus on. As soon as the podcaster awards are all done, I'm going to start focusing on my cosplayers. And if you're out there and you're a cosplayer, I want to see you at ScareCon. I don't see enough people dressed up in costume at ScareCon.
Oh, I could definitely put you on the folks. I have family that's all about that stuff.
I want them. Listen, anybody
daughter,
out there listening, come in costume, come and do it because we want to see your cosplay. And what's great about this is you can do some crazy horror cosplays too.
Yeah.
ScareCon. So do something crazy, do something nuts, do whatever you want to do. But I feel like we don't have enough of you guys out there, so we want to see you. And eventually, we also do have tables available, and we can offer some tables for cosplayers as well. So, get to ScareCon. Let me see what you got.
Yeah, because my daughter's one. We were talking about how we prefer, the kind of the old school special effects, makeup, and all that. Mm-hmm. Well, my daughter is from that. She's youngin', but she's into that makeup. And every Halloween, she's done her own makeup. And I mean, it's freaky shit that has terrified children in school. She does a real great job. So I'm glad that she's into the makeup as well. My brother's into it as well. Mm-hmm. And my wife helped along with that because she's huge into horror. So yeah, we're all about that.
Yeah, well, you'll see a lot of great makeup at ScareCon. We not only do we do a panel for makeup artists, myself being a makeup artist along with my partner Lauren Cunningham. Ooh. She's an incredible makeup artist, and we are going to be on our booth babes and our promotional models. We have some great makeups lined up. Some real.
Say word.
Real
so you're going to hook up. Yeah. So you could do makeup on site for folks.
We sometimes we have that booth open. Sometimes not, depending on which vendors we have who can do that. Okay. But what I do before the show is myself and Lauren for my Mr. D photography booth. We actually do the makeup on our promotional models that we have.
Oh, gotcha.
So you can take pictures with them.
Scene.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff planned. We got some monsters, we got some zombies, we got some slashed up victims. We got a lot of good stuff in store. So you can come and take your photo with them, have it printed out right on spot, take it home, put it on your fridge. You're gonna remember that and can't wait to come back for next year.
Something I didn't ask you. As we go along the show, you just mentioned so many different things. In the horror genre. Mm-hmm. What is your genre of choice within horror?
Oof. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I sure do love me some zombies. I'm a big fan of zombies. I like kind of dark and creepier and psychological horror. Mm-hmm. That's something that gets me, but I like that little mix, and some demon stuff gets me. I really enjoy Evil Dead, both the remake and the older one. I think they're two separate movies, but they
are two separate movies, and it has a respect to the OG, so it's not a remake or a reboot. So and they could easily have blended had the show survived. Did you enjoy the show that was on cable?
I didn't watch as much of the show as I wanted to. That's been on my list for a while to get to.
Yeah, I definitely love the fact that, so many flashbacks to the movie and having the original cast, members in it, at least the original member.
Right.
It definitely made the show so much better, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I like the psychological stuff. So one of my favorite, mind F ones was Frailty. Have you seen that one?
Frailty, that was pretty good. I remember that one.
It's a horror, and it's a mind F because, was he really? Was he? Because you seen the camera scene. It's just such an insane movie. It really left you, questioning.
That's what's nice about that movie is it's that and many other movies where you don't quite know exactly what happened. Some horror movies tie it all up and you get it, but what's nice is when it leaves you with that piece like, oh no, what's going on? It's the thing.
Yeah, my wife recently put on some movie with some crazy lady, and she kind of rents the house back to the lady, whatever the victim at the end. And you say she kind of left a big hint of a locked room in the end with a very big hint. You're like, wow, this lady's coming back. She's batshit crazy, my God. It was a good one though. This lady was just insane. So it was really creepy. That's like that's senior citizen horror. Oh my gosh.
It's nice when they make monsters into senior citizens, older people, or really younger people. Like kids as monsters freak me out. Whether it's zombie kids or just demon
I think
kids
are overused, but I like to see now that they're using more old folks. Like that new movie's coming out, Ma. She's enticing high schoolers to hang out at her house and drink, but she's a crazy lady. You know, it's like, oh, I like stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Here, see, all horror. I love this. We're gonna get back in the show for a minute, but we're gonna talk horror for a moment. Are you a fan of the Saw franchise?
I never could get into it.
Uh,
I liked it. It was okay, but I just stopped caring is what it
so,
was. And
gosh, and did you hear? Have you heard the rumors that was it in Chris Rock, along with the original creators, may reboot the franchise?
I did hear that, and I'm old enough to remember when you could trust stuff on the internet, but now these days you can't.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I'm going to wait to see what happens when it happens. But with the Saw franchise, it became, and what it is, it's just shock factor gore horror, and it's just meh. All right, how many times can that happen? The first one. Perfect. So that's where it should have stopped. But Saw 17, all right. Enough is enough.
You had a hologram version of him doing stuff. Jeez. Insane already. Insane. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. And there was one other movie I didn't want to bring in that was coming out. But that'll come to me. All right. So
was it Brightburn?
Which one? Oh my gosh, yes, there you go. So how do you like that? It's kind of a superhero horror twist here.
I am so excited about Brightburn. Right. I really love superheroes. I'm a huge superhero fan, and I like the dark, gritty superhero bits. Like Watchmen is probably my all-time favorite because it's darker superheroes. It's more real superheroes, and then to see this movie Brightburn with this dark, it's mixing horror and superhero together. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's
an evil little Superman.
It's an evil little Superman. Sure is.
Oh man, I can't wait. I love the scene in the commercial with that cop is like he ain't here. And all of a sudden, he just disappears. Like, what in the hell just happened? Oh my god! What would you do? This dude is like crashing through your house.
Man,
could you imagine changing him? I mean, if this kid was to take a poop on you, that's a super poop. It could be like a bullet right through you.
Hopefully, it'll just melt down or whatever.
You hope. You hope. You gotta wear a lead vest. Make sure you're all right. It's insane. Changing your kid. Imagine. And you said you're into superheroes. Who's your go-to guy?
Oh,
girl.
That's a tough one. I love me some X-Men.
Oh, okay.
I do. I'm classic X-Men.
All right. So with that, do you like the idea of this Dark Phoenix, which is kind of horror-ish, if you will?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know the Dark Phoenix story, and I know how people get a lot of upset and they get flustered about how this is changing. And I think that the recent X-Men movies that came out were great. I really enjoyed them. Were they just like the comics? Of course not. But they had to change it for movies, for shows, and be able to tell a story and stitch things together. And that's the great thing about comics is you can tell the different story in different ways, or how, what if this guy made this decision, or if he didn't go there, or anything else. So you can continue to tell the story with the same characters. And that's what it makes it new, and it gives new life into it. And it's for all generations, things that we know, we've seen them plenty of times. And then, our kids, it's the first time seeing it, that's their originals,
Exactly. And that's why I get upset when these, uber fanboys get nuts over new characters. Oh, they're so corny. They're not for you. It's like they're for this new generation. Think about them. They need to be brought onto heroes. They don't need our heroes. I was old fashioned.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of, grow. I'm a Spawn fan, for example, and in that story that I've explained, I've been collecting since issue 1. And unlike a Marvel or a DC book, Spawn's daughter, for example, Cyan, she's grown. So I've seen her grow from a baby to a young adult within the series. When have you seen that in comics?
Right, yeah, it's not.
You don't, right?
Yeah, so, you don't.
I've actually grown with this character in the amount of years that I've been collecting it, and like age right for the time. So she's like college bound at this point.
Yeah, and it definitely.
And how insane is that?
Yeah, how it changes, and how it changes almost how they are superheroes. They knew what they did before, and they're changing. Yeah. A good example of that is a super underrated cartoon show, Wolverine and the X-Men.
That was a great one. Underrated.
Right?
You're absolutely right.
It was great. It was really, really well done. It was really good. I super enjoyed it, and I feel like it doesn't get enough recognition as it deserves.
That's how I feel about Batman Brave and the Bold. That was my favorite. I mean, I love animated series, and Brave and the Bold introduced so many different mythos within DC. There's so many different characters. It was such a fun show to watch. I loved it.
Yeah, that was great. So, and if you love Batman, we all know that the Suicide Squad movie was just kind of a train wreck and a half. I think most of us agreed with that.
Yeah.
But they made an animated series, Suicide Squad. It was an animated movie, Batman Suicide Squad, and that is what the movie should have been. Mm-hmm. That was fantastic. It was dark. It was twisted. It was strange. It was good. It was suspenseful. That's the one that it should have been. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that one out too.
And have you seen their newest release in the Batman versus Ninja Turtles?
Batman versus Ninja Turtles.
He has not heard this.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put that on my list. Yeah, all right, I gotta check that out. It was a
comic series, and they just released it on digital format, at least on video, a movie.
No way.
If you're a fan of both, you'll enjoy this. If you're a fan of both, you'll have fun with it.
All right, I'll check it out. Excellent. I was a big Ninja Turtle fan myself.
Oh yeah, that's what my brothers got raised on. So yeah, I wish they would have kept the figures because they're insanely expensive right now.
So much money now, yeah.
I just want to kick yourself in the ass sometimes. Like, oh my god, I had that, and I just was throwing it around in dirt. Well, we were kids. What can we do? We ain't know no better. All right. You have some exclusive paraphernalia too for ScareCon, like pins and shirts. What's going on here?
Oh my goodness. So yeah, you can get pins. You can get pins for your jackets. You can get your iron-ons. You can get your stickers. You can get shirts. I got tons of vendors who have awesome horror shirts. That's actually one of the things that I love to buy. My posters and shirts is a way to say, hey, listen, this is the stuff I love. I'm gonna wear it around or put it up in my house. I got a lot of killer vendors. Horror merch, Dead End Threads are out there. Killer Clown Collectibles. There's so many good stuff that we have out there to get, anything from action figures to shirts to posters to memorabilia to pieces to handmade jewelry. I mean, you name it. It's all right there.
Oh man, I'm seeing pictures from previous shows, and you definitely do have a great handful of selection there. So everybody, please check this show out. It's going to be amazing. Don't just go for one day or two. Go the whole damn weekend.
If they want, they can go for one day just to check it out.
Of course they can, but they need to go the whole weekend to.
That's true. There's not
so much stuff to do.
There's not enough to do in one day. There's just not enough. There's so many. There's not enough time in the day to
absorb it all. Yeah, please buy the weekend pass. One day is great for sure, but that weekend, trust you me, it will be very well worth it. And with that, Krest, where can folks get tickets right now?
Yeah, you can head over to scaricon.com. That's scaricon.com. Grab your tickets right there. You can always check us out on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that at Scaricon. Check us out there. You get some tickets, get in there. I only have a few VIP tickets left. If you want to do the photo ops, I'm doing photo ops with Heather Landenkamp and also photo ops with Heather Landenkamp, Amanda Wiss, and Lisa Wilcox. Both photo ops will have Nightmare on Worcester, which is one of our Freddy cosplay guys. He's going to be there playing Freddy while you get your photo taken with all of those incredible horror women.
Awesome. Oh my God, that sounds so amazing.
Space is running out. It's only 3 weeks away. Get your tickets while you can and get them while I still have them.
Yeah, please do. Check it out. I'll definitely add all the links at the bottom of the podcast. Just click and buy, folks. It's going to be amazing. We'll definitely be making our presence known as well during the convention, so make sure to check out Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes, as well as our friends Critics will be hanging out with us as well, doing their thing with us for the Pop Culture News Network and Comic Crusaders. And with that, I'm Al Mega with Krest Winchester, Scaricon 2019. Watch out.
Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you there.
Bye.
This is an Undercover Capes production.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to visit ComicCrusaders.com, UndercoverCapes.com, GeeklyMagazine.com, and our newest venture, SplinteredPress.com.